Hello, 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 my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I know, long time no see. It's been forever since I last posted a video, but things have been going on. I had a little trouble with my website. It went down for a bit, and then I had to get it fixed and all of that. And things were just kind of happening. And, life happens, so I haven't been on my YouTube or my blog for the past 2 months, which has honestly been very frustrating for me because I love going on my blog, I love going on my YouTube. But all of that aside, I am back. So hello, welcome back to my channel if you are returning, or welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back to me too because I'm finally back. So this video is going to be about why your 3D reality is not changing no matter what you do. You're meditating every single day, you're doing different methods, the 5x55 method, the 369 method, you're doing all different types of things, you're writing in your manifestation journal every day, and yet nothing is changing. And it can be really upsetting and frustrating, I know, and it can be confusing because you're wondering, why is nothing changing when I'm doing everything in my power to change it? Now, the thing is, it's kind of interesting how the law of attraction works because it's almost like a catch-22 in a lot of situations. And what I mean by that is the reason why your reality is not changing is because you're not changing. And you're not changing because you're expecting your reality to change first. So it's sort of like a paradox. Now, the thing is, in order for you to see changes in your reality, you have to change within yourself because you are your 3D reality. Your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, and your thoughts and your actions and your feelings are what create your reality. So if you want to have the life that you dream of, the life that you aspire to have, you have to start living that life before you live that life, which sounds kind of counterintuitive, but it's the way it works. It's because you have to attract what you are, not what you're not. So in order to live the life that you want, you have to, at the very, very least, pretend that you're living the life that you want. And do different things to put yourself in that mindset. You could act as if, you could write in your manifestation journal scripting. Instead of just writing what you want, you can write full detailed descriptions of your reality as if you were living it, your desired reality as if it's already happening. Also, you have to be very careful of what you're affirming because we're affirming something in everything we do, in our thoughts, our words, our feelings, our actions. We are affirming something no matter what we do. And so you might be thinking, oh, but I'm affirming what I want. I'm saying I'm rich, I have a new house. But in actuality, while you're saying that to yourself, you're telling other people a different story, or you are telling your feelings a different story. So while you're saying, I'm rich, I have a house, you're not feeling like you're rich and like you have a house, which you don't have to feel as though you're on top of the world, but you have to at least feel okay in order to get what you want. You have to at least be neutral in a positive way, which sounds kind of weird, but it's being neutral in a way that uplifts you so that you can get what you want. Another thing that you might be doing is accidentally affirming what you don't want instead of affirming what you do want. Now, I mentioned that when you are affirming, you might be telling other people a different story. And by that, I mean, let's say you are working with a manifestation coach. If you don't have a manifestation coach, I am a manifestation coach, so please feel free to work with me. We'll have a lot of fun creating the life that you desire. But that aside, let's say you're talking to your manifestation coach and you say something like, I'm so upset my life is not turning out the way that I want it to be. How do I fix that? Now, it might seem innocent because you're asking your manifestation coach, what do I do to fix that? Because you're paying them to teach you how to live a better life. But the problem is you're affirming what you don't want. You are saying that your life is not the way you want it to be, which in turn manifests your life not being the way you want it to be. What you can do in this situation is ask the question in a way that affirms your new reality, the reality that you do want. So ask the same question, but through a positive lens. Say something like, how can I manifest my life to be even better than it is now? Because you're not bringing on any negativity into that sentence, but you're still asking how to improve your life. They're the same question at the base level, but they have different energies. One is negative, it's like, my life is terrible, how can I get to be the way I want? One is positive, how can I get my life to be even better than what it is now? Even better, which implies that's already good. Or you could even be affirming certain things to other people. Like, let's say, now, you don't have to go around announcing your manifestations, because a good rule of thumb is actually to keep your manifestations to yourself or to your manifestation coach or to a manifestation buddy, but not to anybody else. But what happens sometimes is people will tell you something that will disgruntle you, make you feel like you can't have what you want, without even realizing that they're discouraging you from manifesting what you desire, without even realizing that you're manifesting that thing. For example, let's say you want to date a boy, and then one of your friends is like, oh, that boy doesn't like to go out with any of the girls in our school. They don't realize that they're hurting you, but they are. Now, you could react to this, or you could respond to this. You could either be like agreeing with that person, being like, yeah, you're right, which is manifesting and affirming that they don't go out with anybody in that school, including you. Or you could get angry and blow up and be like, oh, you don't know that, which is sending out negative energies and manifesting things that you don't want. Or you could react neutrally and be like, well, you don't know that. He is his own person, and he could decide whether or not he wants to date someone in the school. Or you could react positively and be like, that could be true, but I also think that there's a chance he will start dating people in this school. And you don't have to go into detail, but just be positive about the situation. If you're doing the former thing and you're being negative, or you're agreeing with the negativity, you are sabotaging your manifestations. What you want to do is find a nice even ground where you can manifest what you want without having people attacking your energy. You need to protect your energy, and you have to decide to intentionally be positive or neutral. Otherwise, you're going to end up affirming what you don't want. Because if you do end up saying something like, I agree with you, even though you're being negative, you're going to affirm that. Or you are negative, you're going to affirm negative energies. What you want to do is you want to pick the even ground that is neutral or positive, in order for you to affirm what you do want, in order for you to manifest what you do want. Because people will either manifest what they don't want or what they do want, because everyone is always manifesting all the time. At every moment, there's no stopping it. Manifestation is happening right now. So if you're living, you're manifesting. And if you're not seeing the results that you want, it means that you are accidentally affirming what you don't want. You are accidentally manifesting what you don't want. But if you're seeing the results that you do want, you are affirming what you do want, and you're manifesting what you do want. And the thing that's interesting is, sometimes we affirm things that we don't want without even realizing it. Through our habits, our actions, our thoughts, our words, we can end up sometimes unintentionally manifesting what we don't want. Something that I used to do that was problematic is whenever I would get mad at my boyfriend, I would say something like, oh, you don't think of the things that are good for us, you don't do the things that are good for us in our relationship. And I would then go off and be like, oh, we have a perfect relationship in my manifestation journal. And there was a lot of dissonance between the two, because it's like the things that I said when I was angry would trump the things that I wrote in my journal, because that energy would win over what I wrote in my journal due to it being more powerful. So I ended up changing the narrative. I decided to say instead, my boyfriend is constantly getting better at doing things that are good for us. And now I'm acknowledging my feelings that yes, I am upset, but I'm also looking forward to a better outcome. And it's going to get better each time until finally it's going to be the perfect outcome that I want it to be. And obviously nobody's perfect, no relationship is perfect, but perfect as perfect can get, you know what I mean? Like perfect in a human way. And our habits and actions and thoughts and words and feelings can sometimes run on autopilot, and those are the times that we have to be careful, and we have to look at what we're doing and really identify, okay, where are we affirming what we don't want, where are we affirming what we do want, how do we not affirm what we don't want, and how do we affirm what we do want? Because you're always affirming, you're always manifesting. So what you have to do is be very wary of your habits so that you can end up focusing on what you do want instead of what you don't want. Also, there's something else some people do. They will say what they want, but they will accidentally focus on what they don't want. Let's say you want money and say, oh, I want money. That's actually manifesting that you don't have money, because if you want money, it implies that you don't have money. So what you have to do instead is say, I have money. Sometimes people will accidentally manifest the lack of something instead of having something. They'll say that they want it, but really that means that they don't have it, when you have to have it technically in order to have it. So you have to say, I have what I want. So if you really look at all of this, it's all just that manifestation is simple, but it's very tedious. You have to really focus on the details. You have to not affirm what you don't want. You have to not affirm lack. You have to be careful with your thoughts, words, actions, and feelings, and your habits. You have to be careful with what you are saying to other people and with what you are saying in response to what other people are saying to you. And you have to change yourself. In order to see change in your outer reality, you have to change all of this. You have to work on your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your words, your actions, your habits. You have to work on all of this in order to see change in your outer reality. Because if you want to see results in your 3D reality, you have to bring yourself results within yourself first by working on self-love and working on self-image and self-concept and all of that, and working on bettering your thoughts. And you don't even have to be the best person or anything like that. You just have to have the best, highest quality thoughts that you can have. Now, I know that that's a lot, and this video is kind of confusing because I went off on a lot of different tangents while trying to stay within the same realm of topic, but hopefully that made sense. I am still working on public speaking and learning how to be a good speaker. It can be a little intimidating to talk in front of a camera sometimes. My thoughts go everywhere, and my brain can be somewhat of a frenzied tap dancer type of energy. So I'm sorry if some of this didn't make sense. I really hope it did make sense though, and I really hope that it helped you. If you want to work with me, the link is in the description. And if you want to check out my blog where I help you learn how to manifest and how to improve your life and how to be productive and successful, then check out the link in my description as well. I hope that you have a great day and that you take care, and I hope that this video was helpful. I try to cover everything that, we have to manifest what we want, and we have to manifest having things instead of manifesting what we don't want. Instead of manifesting lack, we have to manifest what we do want, and we have to manifest having things. And we have to change our thoughts and everything inside our beautiful, beautiful brains in order to change our wonderful 3D realities to be the way that we want them to be, that we want it to be. So that's all for today. It was a little bit of a rambly video because I want to just get this out as authentically as possible without having to stop or any of that. And yeah, well, have a great day. Take care. I can't wait to see you in next week's video because I will be here. I will be back. Take care and enjoy. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell notification, and all that fun stuff. Check out my blog and follow me on Instagram and hopefully work with me in coaching. Well, that's all I've got to say. Bye-bye.